Hi, this is Bill Gelman, Managing Editor for Play NJ, here at the Tropicana Atlantic City for another episode of Atlantic City Boardwalk Talk.
And I'm David Danzis, lead writer of Play NJ. And Bill, it's been a while since we did an episode of Atlantic City Boardwalk Talk. And as you mentioned, we're here at Tropicana Atlantic City, and we're checking out some of the new entertainment and dining offerings that are coming to the property. But it's not just here, right? Caesars Entertainment has invested, about $400 million across its 3 Atlantic City properties. But let's talk a little bit about what we saw here, specifically at Tropicana. What are you excited for?
There's a few things I'm excited about.
Go to the list, man. Break it out.
Yeah, it's there's a story up on Play NJ for anybody who wants complete details. But Wild Honey Smokehouse and Tavern, we got a little sneak preview of that today. You'll see some of the images on this video. That seems to be the closest to opening day. We don't have an exact date for you yet, but we'll get more details on this episode. There's also the Old Providence nightclub. That's later this year. It's going to become the Voice Social Hall, and it's being billed as an adult rec room, which is a little different from the nightclub concept. And you also have a place called Gin Ricky's, which is going to have dueling piano bars, and then the old Osaki is getting a new name, and a little makeover, which is going to bring because that's a fun experience. The food there was great, so those are just a touch of the things I'm looking forward to here at Trop.
Yeah, and we know a couple of the other projects that are coming, right? There's the Purple Zebra Daiquiri Bar, which is something that I'm looking forward to. Personally, Il Verde is one of my favorite restaurants in the city. Thankfully, that's not going anywhere, and it didn't go anywhere during the pandemic. It's actually just moving to a new location in the casino, and beautiful seaside space. Really, really a great home for Il Verde, and I'm looking forward to that one. But it's not just here at Tropicana Atlantic City that we've seen the reinvestment from Caesars Entertainment, right? Right down the boardwalk at Caesars Atlantic City. We're looking forward to the opening of Nobu, both the hotel rooms and the restaurant, which we're expecting sometime after the summer. And we also know that Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen is going to be opening there, the first Hell's Kitchen location on the East Coast. So that'll be really cool. And then even more recently than all this stuff that we're talking about, we just found out earlier this week, Bobby's Burgers by Bobby Flay is coming to Harrah's Resort. So really kind of rounding out not just celebrity chefs, but unique ideas and really trying to appeal to a large demographic.
Making the Atlantic City sort of a culinary destination.
Sure.
Because it's not just, you can go to the casino, you can go to shows, but people want to eat, people want to have fun. Yeah. And especially during the summertime where it's prime season down here, it's perfect timing for a lot of these places to open.
It's really apropos that we're at Tropicana, right? Because this property, dating back to the 80s, was really the casino that sort of started thinking outside the box and said, we need to do more than just get gamblers in here, right? We need to become an all-encompassing resort experience. And Tropicana really was the forerunner of that.
Right.
So it's really cool that, it's kind of come full circle, and almost 40 years later, we're really seeing that reinvestment here at this property again.
Right.
I know this place has a special place in your heart. You always tell me about your memories as a kid coming here.
Right.
Just to me, when I think of kind of the resort concept in Atlantic City, Tropicana is the first casino that pops into my mind. So this is really kind of it's a really cool kind of full circle coming. With that being said, there's also other things happening in New Jersey when it comes to gaming. You know me, I'm all over sports betting, and really that's been the story here in New Jersey for the last almost 4 years now.
Right.
Things are changing here in that space as well, right?
Yeah, I mean it's with the most recent numbers, it's like with sports betting. The funny thing is, I joke with my wife. I say, because she knows we talk about the numbers before they come out as a team, and she always takes a guess. And I told her it's not for March. It's not going to be $1 billion. Sure enough, it was. There was all this talk that New York would kill New Jersey. It's not. I think the market's going to settle down. You're not going to see $1 billion months probably again until football season. But I don't know where you weigh in, but I just see I'm surprised how well it's done.
Well, a lot of people like you and I and a lot of our friends in the media, we all have a little bit of egg on our face. Right? Because we were all talking about the impact that New York online sports betting would have on New Jersey, and we've all been proven wrong.
Exactly.
Right? Which, listen, for our sakes, and we cash our paychecks on that stuff, that's good for us. So we're not complaining.
Right.
But it really has
It's
been
like a weather forecast.
Exactly. It's been really great to see that the New Jersey sports betting market is still healthy.
Right.
And I did a recent interview where somebody asked me, what's been the most surprising thing to you since New York has gone live? And it's not just the fact that the market has remained healthy. What stood out to me was that retail sports betting has stayed very steady, right? We expected the dip to come in online, and that didn't happen. But I thought maybe we might see a little bit of a dip in retail.
Right.
We haven't seen that at all, which is really, really great, especially here in Atlantic City, where we're talking about there's still an ongoing recovery happening here, right? This isn't Vegas where everything's back to normal and beyond. We're still very much in a recovery here in Atlantic City. So to see the retail aspect still there is really encouraging.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's shift gears a little bit, and we'll jump into your area of expertise, which is iGaming, online gaming here in New Jersey. I know it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, March's results were. What did you see? What surprised you? What are we expecting?
Yeah. I knew online revenue would hit 140 million.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it wasn't going to come in February because February is too short a month. And I thought because you had the March Madness betting going on, it's a prime betting season.
Right.
I thought for sure there was a definite chance. What I didn't see coming was Pennsylvania beating New Jersey, and the numbers came out on the same day. So Pennsylvania numbers came out in the morning, New Jersey numbers came out in the afternoon. So it was a little friendly banter between Play NJ, Play Pennsylvania that day. I see the market. The momentum isn't dying. I see the market hitting 150 million sooner rather than later in a month. I think it's going to be it's obviously going to be another record year because I think we're already at half a billion for the year.
Yeah.
But I think eventually you got to see a plateau. I mean, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, see, I lean that way. I think we're starting to see our plateau, right? We're not seeing the huge spikes that we were in the early parts of 2020 and the latter parts of 2021.
Right.
We're seeing incremental gains, which I think ties into the growth of online sports betting, people having a little more confidence in the market. I wasn't surprised by Pennsylvania. I'm not going to be surprised when Michigan passes us as well.
Right.
I think both of those things are going to keep happening. And I don't know that there's really a clear explanation for why. I think sometimes there's probably a little bit of customer fatigue. Right. The novelty of online gaming in New Jersey has sort of ran its course. Where in those two places it's still there.
Yeah.
Right. Pennsylvania less so, more so in Michigan. But I'm not going to go against your idea that $150 million is certainly possible. But I don't know that we're going to see triple-digit growth ever again in the online gaming market.
I would agree with you there.
I think COVID was an accelerant. I've gone on the record saying that for over a year now. I think we have reached a plateau, if you will. I don't know that it necessarily means that we're going to stay steady or drop off, but I think somewhere between 135 and 150 is our sweet spot. Yeah,
and we'll see. It's how far numbers will go this year, but it's surprising.
Sure. And we'll finish with this. We talked a little bit about how Atlantic City is still in a recovery mode, and I've always tried to make people understand that just because Atlantic City is in a recovery, it doesn't mean that things are bad here, right? But it also doesn't mean that things are good.
Right.
There's an area in the middle. With that being said, I think we started to see a turning of the corner in the past few months. And I fully expect the summer of 22 to be one of the best summers in Atlantic City's history. Everything that I'm hearing from the casino executives that I talk to the frontline employees, they're all saying the same thing, which is we're optimistic. It's not a cautious optimism. It's an anticipatory optimism, right? We're looking forward to it. We know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
And I think what we started on talking about, all these new things coming into the market, they're going to make that happen.
Right. Because people are going to want to come check it out.
Exactly. So I'm going on record here. The end of April, I'll say I think the summer of 2022 is going to be one of the best ones we've seen in Atlantic City's history. And I hope this isn't one of those where I end up with a little egg on my face.
No, I don't think you are. I think it's what they call a near lock in the sports betting world.
All right, guys. So you've heard us talk long enough. We've got a great interview lined up. We're going to sit down with Jacqueline Grace, Senior Vice President and General Manager here at Tropicana Atlantic City.
so excited to talk about all of the amazing food and beverage changes that's coming here to the Tropicana. Let's first start with what's happening in and around the casino floor. We are going to be opening up Asu, a Japanese tavern, and thrilled to have sushi back here in the building. We're also going to be opening up a Purple Zebra, so an amazing daiquiri bar. So for everybody walking down the boardwalk who wants a nice refreshing drink, you'll be able to stop at the Purple Zebra and get one. And super excited about Hash House A Go-Go. Hash House A Go-Go is a well-known concept. We have several of them in Las Vegas, and it's going to be a concept around twisted farm food with really amazing cocktails. Think about it as like big portion sizes. Who doesn't love that? So that too is coming here to the Tropicana. And then Il Verde, which is a top-rated restaurant on Open Table, is going to get a new home in the old Olan space. And with the amazing view of the beach, who would not want that? And then bringing on Hawthorne and Cork, which will be a craft cocktail bar, super cool, super different, and super unique. Then transitioning into the quarter, we have 3 additional concepts opening up. Wild Honey will be opening up, and so that's all about barbecue. It's super great. And then the Royce Social Hall, so think beer garden and adult participatory games. And then last but certainly not least, Gin Ricky's, which will be a bar with a music concept. And with respect to openings, really excited that Asu will be opening sometime around mid-June, Purple Zebra somewhere around the July 4th timeframe, and then Hash House A Go-Go will follow later on in the summer. Il Verde as well as Hawthorne and Cork will also be towards the latter half of the year. So just thrilled and cannot wait for all of those things to come. So when I think about all of the different concepts, they really all are exciting. But if I had to choose one that's generating a lot of buzz, it would be Hash House A Go-Go. So again, because the Hash House A Go-Go brand is one that's really well known and it's really fun. Again, think giant portion sizes, think giant large format drinks. Like, that's pretty cool, and people are really excited about that. So when we were thinking about how we were going to refresh food and beverage here and introduce new concepts to the Tropicana, we wanted to do a few things. Number one, we wanted to do something that just wasn't here before. So we're really thinking about being unique and different. We also wanted to be fun, right? And destinational, and introduce brands that would invite people down to the Tropicana who maybe have never come before and open us up and expose us to new people. So that really was a driving factor behind how we thought about the different concepts. Again, how you end up with a Hash House A Go-Go, how you end up with things like Purple Zebra, and then even when you think about some of the concept that's going into the quarter with the Royce and the adult participatory games, barbecue, which we really don't have a lot of that in this area. That's what we were thinking about when we contemplated all of the new food and beverage outlets. So when you think about the buffets, what I'll go back to is something that we've talked about before, and that's some of the learnings that came out of the pandemic. And the pandemic allowed us to think about how to operate the businesses differently, and again, how to be creative. And so we were able to just reset, and again, just think differently. And given the space of the buffet, the footprint, the location on the boardwalk, we thought that this was an opportunity to use that space differently and introduce the fun concept that is Hash House A Go-Go. So as excited as I am about all of the amazing restaurants that's coming to the Tropicana, I am equally as excited about the enhancements that we're making to the gaming floor. In addition to introducing hundreds of new slot machines, we're going to reconfigure the gaming floor and really move towards a casino floor of the future. What we learned from the pandemic was that guests really enjoy their space, right? And they want to be comfortable when they're gaming. And so the gaming floor enhancements will include a reconfigured floor where we will move around our slot machines and create a more comfortable environment where people will just have more room to play. In addition, we are also introducing a Caesars Rewards Experience Center. And so that is going to be something totally new to the market. Think really modern, very digitally focused, really appealing to the eye, and then easier to find. And then last, but certainly not least, not everyone gets excited about this, but I do, we're getting new carpet. Like, who doesn't love new carpet? So all of those things are part of the gaming floor enhancements, which I think are going to be really fantastic. Well, as you know, the summer is synonymous with fireworks at the Tropicana, and the fireworks will be coming back this summer. So starting Memorial Day weekend and running every Saturday through the summer, there will be fireworks here at the Tropicana. So super thrilled with that. And then, thinking outside of the Tropicana, Caesars Entertainment has invested $400 million to the market. And so in addition to all of the new concepts that are coming here to the Tropicana, at Harrah's and Caesars, there will still continue to be things that are rolling out there as part of that capital commitment. So I think you're going to see lots of great things come to the market this summer. So when I think about this summer, I think that this is going to be a fantastic summer for the entire city. Let's think back to last year. So last summer we had a really good summer because there was so much pent-up demand. I think this summer is going to be more of the same and then some. If you look at April as any indication, and we are starting to see volumes kind of return, I think, again, that is a preview of what's to come. So just between the natural pent-up demand with people being ready to get out and about, and then all of the exciting programming and marketing things that we're doing in market, I think the summer's going to be fantastic. One of the reasons why I'm incredibly proud to work at Caesars Entertainment is because of the commitment that we have made to Atlantic City. We have committed $400 million in capital to reinvest into all three properties, Tropicana, Harrah's, and Caesars. And between hotel rooms, new food and beverage outlets, celebrity chefs, we have shown that we are committed to the market. We have been here for 40 years through the ebbs and flows, and we are committed to being here for another 40 years and then some. So that is really exciting to be a part of that. But in addition to that, I am thrilled about the commitment that we continue to make in the community, and we've doubled down on that this year. So we have distributed $150,000 in grants from the Caesars Foundation to several local community organizations, to include the Boys and Girls Club. In addition to that, another over $350,000 of contributions we've made to various entities in the area. And then on top of that, it's all the time, talent, and treasure that's given by our team members. Between the $400 million commitment and then our commitment to the community, I'm just really proud to be, here and part of Caesars Entertainment. And I'm looking forward to what's ahead.
Don't forget, if you like what we're doing, make sure you hit that like button under the video. You can always subscribe to Atlantic City Boardwalk Talk, and we'll see you for our next episode.